if you watch them very casually, you might not think of it so much, but what I've always said to Ali, and he's agreed in his vision as well. So, like, I like working with Ali because I actually believe in what he's saying, which is great. But the overall, what we're trying to do is we're not trying to overproduce these, because I think they should feel very real. Because what Ali is telling you is the story. It's not about swift camera work. It's not about anything like that. The story is what he's talking about. So when we film these, and this is something that I thought is always very true and consistent to how we've done them, we always like to shoot eye level. So we don't shoot Ali from the ground because he's not looking down and talking down to you. We don't shoot him from above because the audience isn't appearing to be bigger than him. We shoot him eye level. So it feels like he's talking straight to us. And we like to make sure that they feel very raw. So not very overly sharpened. So I think the drift and focus is great, because when you're having a conversation with someone and you lose eye contact with that person or you refocus yourself, it kind of feels, very real. So if you watch the promos, everything feels like a straight conversation from him to you. But the way we do it is we make sure that it feels like the subject matter of what he's talking about is the story. He just happens to be on camera. So when we do it, we don't want it to be distracting. So there's nothing in the background that's going to distract you. There's nothing too loud. It's going to just be him, his voice, and his message. And I think by doing that, we've managed to stay very real. And if you watch all the promos as you kind of go along, that's one thing that we've always tried to make sure stays very constant. It's just eye level, very tight. We don't want too much space around him. We want you to be very focused on him. And I think that's been really good. And I've always asked people, what do you think of the promos? And, and even guys I know that are wonderful videographers, they say, I just feel very captivated by him. So he's very in the center, and it feels very tight. So it feels like a very intimate conversation. And I think that's always been really cool that we've managed to keep that.